Well, hello, everybody. We're going to get into democracy and the lack of it. And when you see constitutions breached today, Joe Biden gets Chancellor Scholz to rescind Nord Stream 2, and he's canceling it, so he says. But is that the law of Germany? Is that European law? And can Olaf Scholz recant his oath? His oath made after what happened with the last German chancellor who brought us all to World War II and created the world's greatest known genocide of our time. The Jews of the Holocaust of World War II. Now, Germany got an imposed constitution by one USA and the former Soviet Union. Chancellor swears an oath. It's in the title. This is right out of Article 56, binding law of the German Constitution. That the Chancellor swears an oath to the people of Germany. We the people. A very, very different oath than the one that exists in Canada today and also existed in Germany pre-World War II. So USA and the former Soviet Union say, listen, you're going to impose a we the people democracy. The new job of the Chancellor is to do what's best for the people of Germany. He creates the ministry. He recommends them to the president. The president chooses to accept it or not. His oath, like all offices in Germany, swear the same oath. The oath of allegiance to we the people of Germany. You can read it. It's right here. It's Article 56 of the Constitution. So Chancellor Olaf Scholz says, we're canceling Nord Stream 2 because that's in the best interests of the German people. The reality is it's going to be $2,000 for 1,000 kilojoules of natural gas for the German people. A massive, massive increase in energy costs, reducing Germany to energy poverty. The New World Order, the Commonwealth ideal, it's right there from the royal family. Is Joe Biden working for Americans? Is he working for the Constitution of the United States? Or is his foreign policy that exactly of the Green New Deal that is that of which created by the royal family? This is contrary and against the Constitution of the United States. Now we see Chancellor Olaf Scholz ignoring the German Constitution imposed and enacted in 1949 to present day, so that we would never see a chancellor ever behave like one Adolf Hitler. But it appears, folks, that's exactly what has happened. Now, will there be a challenge to the highest court of Germany, the Federal Constitutional Court? Where there'll be a challenge? Will we see Olaf Scholz lose in that challenge and have to enact Nord Stream 2? The reality is, who's really going to get hurt by the cancellation of Nord Stream 2? It certainly isn't Russians. I mean, there's revenue there. They invested in that pipeline. But the reality is, who's really going to suffer? Well, it's absolutely going to be all Germans, and it's absolutely going to be all the people of Europe. Now, this is what the USA wanted. It's what NATO's called for in punitive measures against Russia. But really, everybody, who are the punitive measures against? Well, they're against democracy. They're against the allies of World War II, because Nord Stream 2 is to help with energy independence and eradicate energy poverty. So how is that a sanction that's going to hurt Russia? Who's it really going to hurt, ladies and gentlemen? What sources of energy are the Germans going to have to purchase now? They're not allowed any nuclear. not real nuclear plants. They have to have constantly changing expensive energy rod fuel sources. Just like Canada subsidized nuclear. It can't be nuclear that's over the 5% enrichment. It's forbidden. Even though Canada pulls it out of the ground, highest, most enriched ore source in the entire world, already at 20% enriched, meaning that kind of nuclear energy leads to energy freedom. But we don't get that in Canada, and now apparently Germany doesn't either. Germany's shutting down all their nuclear reactors. They're coming offline. They can't pursue enrichment. So where are their energy needs going to come from? Extremely expensive green sources. This is what Joe Biden's pushing as a dictator throughout the world. Not just him, the royal family. Joe Biden is a president who is sworn to the crown, who's following the royal family. He's following Prince Charles and the lunatic crazy left green narrative that isn't viable. It promises poverty throughout the world. Who gets rich? Serious oligarchs, ladies and gentlemen. The New World Order is not the UN. It's a corruption of the UN. It's sad to see President Joe Biden enacting this, but it comes from the royal family, the United Kingdom royal family. You can read it, Canadians, in the Commonwealth Charter. Stephen Harper signed us off in 2012. And what that does is give all narrative of international law from the hands of Canadians to absolutely the royal family of the United Kingdom. Don't be confused with the government of the United Kingdom. We're talking about the royal family of the United Kingdom. This is an extremely large breach of the UN Charter. It's an extremely large breach of massive international law. When Joe Biden says we're following international law, no, you're imposing your version of international law, not ratified or bound in any binding agreement by the five allies. Clearly, Russia doesn't bind that. So if USA can't get Russia to agree, it's not law. If Russia can't get USA to agree, it's not law throughout the world. Olaf Scholz, Chancellor of Germany, swore an oath and is constitutionally mandated to do what's best for the German people. Is canceling Nord Stream 2 best for the German people? It's not about Ukraine, it's not about Russia, it's not about USA, NATO, or anything else. It's about what's best for the German people and the European Union. If you don't believe me, read the Constitution of Germany 1949 in all its amendments and absolutely up to date today. Read Article 56. When you do comparative law, when you read more than 205 constitutions of all the countries in the world, you start to see what countries breach what laws where. I'm going to remind everybody, in the UN Charter, you never take over the sovereignty of any nation, not a registered UN state. And that's exactly what USA is doing with Germany and what USA is doing with the European Union entirely. They're not even a member. Russia has never shown any aggression outside of its historic territories. The Minsk agreements were established in Europe by all European states inside that organization. UK left. USA refuses to be a member. Canada's never wanted to be a member. We have no say in what goes on over there. We have no legal right in any international law. Now, we can hide behind defensive pacts like NATO, but the truth is, when we start breaching constitutions of UN states and enacting our will upon other nations against the people of said nations, we're only going to brew a World War III. That will happen. It will come, mark my words. The UN Charter of 1945 and all international binding laws, meaning all 5 allies ratified them and the world voted in majority, or at least the 5 allies didn't veto it. They can abstain, but they can't veto. Learn this stuff, everybody, or be damned to forever be screwed over by not only your nation, but other nations in the world as we see today. I do not believe that the Chancellor is going to stand up to a constitutional court challenge in his own country. We're likely to see the Chancellor replaced. It should be interesting. Russia's not sweating it. They still deliver through Belarus to the European Union, and they can still expand onward. It's just a matter of where their end products, how they get to Germany. Don't be fooled. It's all a matter of what people want. You get it this way or you get it that way. Just like Canada, we sell our oil and our natural gas to the United States. They process the products and sell it back to Eastern Canada. Do you see the problem here, folks? Who's corrupt? You know in your hearts, it's not the UN state. It's called your country, your politicians, and how they behave and what they do in laws over you, the people in your country. This is no different than any other nation in the world. Stop looking for enemies abroad, even down south, our neighbors, or up north and around the curve to Russia. It's just not the case. Your country, your politicians enforce, enact, and do everything against all of you. It's your politicians, those whom you elect. That's how the world works. We just saw Germany do it, breach the Constitution. At least they have one, and chances are Olaf's going to lose a challenge. Bye now, everybody.